What's going on? You're watching NFL Daily. Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports. And coming up on today's show, I got 6 NFL trades that could potentially go down after NFL mandatory minicamp. Before I get into today's show, major shout out to today's sponsor, Aura. Head on over to aura.com/chatsports to make sure that not only you, but your family is safe and secure on the internet. Because let's face it, we use the internet now more than ever. So we're going to break down some of these NFL news and rumors around some of these players, and then I'm going to show you some wild trade ideas that I decided to cook up. If any of these deals end up going down this offseason, whether it's me or whether it's another team member here at Chat Sports, we will keep you up to date. It's not only our jobs, but we also enjoy doing it. So hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. That way you never miss a thing. The first player that I'm going to bring up here in terms of an NFL trade idea, it's around wide receiver for the Seattle Seahawks, DK Metcalf. He missed the first and second day of mandatory minicamp. He's looking for a new deal, and his absence has been unexcused. There's no doubt that this man is a phenomenal athlete. Phenomenal wide receiver, 75 grabs, 967 yards last season, and 12 touchdowns. He doesn't have Russell Wilson anymore, so what exactly is that going to look like for him? I do know this. If I was a team out there and I felt like, okay, I got a young quarterback, I want him to be able to air the ball down the field, and we didn't do a very good job last season in putting talent around him, then maybe you go out and you make a move for DK. So here's the trade that I decided to cook up. And with every single trade that you're going to see on today's show, I want you to go down in the comments and let me know who wins. So the Bears, they receive DK Metcalf. The Seattle Seahawks, they get a first and a third round pick in next year's draft. Very similar to the A.J. Brown trade. So who wins it? Let me know, y'all. Type CHI for the Chicago Bears, or let me know with the SEA for the Seattle Seahawks. So we go wide receiver. Now let's go with the quarterback position. I haven't been a big fan of Jordan Love since Green Bay went ahead and not only drafted him, traded up for him, number 26 overall in the 2020 draft. The Packers just gave Aaron Rodgers another 4 years, made him the highest paid player in NFL history. And for Love, he's got 2 years left on his contract. When I seen Love in the limited time that I've seen him play, it hasn't been very good. 411 yards, 58.1% completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I've watched him in preseason, hasn't been pretty either. Maybe and just maybe he needs a change of scenery. So I don't know how many teams out there look at Jordan Love right now. They're like, that's a guy I want. This is a guy I want to bring to the football team. So I'm going to go here. Nathaniel Hackett was the offensive coordinator for the Packers. He's now with the Denver Broncos. They get a deal done. So let's try to make a deal that helps out both sides. Jordan Love goes to Denver. He can learn behind Russell Wilson because their backup situation, I believe, is Brett Rippin or Ripon, whatever the hell his name is. He ain't very good. And then for the Packers, they get KJ Hamler. There's a lot of talented receivers on that Denver offense. Hamler's a little bit buried there. Sure, he's a slot receiver coming out of Penn State. Second-round pick. Swap, does it work? I don't know. You guys let me know. Type GB if you think the Packers win this deal. Or are you going to go with the Denver Broncos? Type DEN if you're like, Mitch, you know what, man? I don't even know if this trade makes sense for anybody. Hey, that's totally fine. That's what these shows are about. Next trade coming up here is going to be around Jalen Reagor, wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia, Howie Roseman, always super aggressive. So when I do these shows, I kind of always want to throw in an Eagles trade. Philadelphia traded for A.J. Brown. Reagor is buried on the Eagles' wide receiver depth chart. 2 years left on his deal. The receiver out of TCU was a first-round pick. Had some good speed. Definitely has been underwhelming thus far. Last season, 33 catches, 299 yards, 2 touchdowns. And if realistically you look at this offense, if you can trade Reagor right now and at least get something for him, I don't know what that something is. Well, I do. I got a trade coming up here. But before I show you what that trade is, today's show is presented by Aura. 14-day free trial at aura.com/chatsports. This is your all-in-one safety net. Some of the benefits: financial fraud protection, identity theft protection, online device security, and family plans to protect 5 people. Someone becomes a victim of identity theft every 14 seconds. So since I've made this video, That's like 7 or 8 dudes. But if they would have used Aura, they'd be totally fine. 14 seconds. Don't be the next one. Keep your identity secure with extensive monitoring and your personal info. How do you do it? Look down there below. Aura.com/chatsports. 14-day free trial. All I'm going to say is you're welcome. I promise you guys, you're going to absolutely love the product. All right, let's look at this trade here. Texans receive Jalen Reagor. Eagles get a 6th-round pick. Like, I don't know what you're going to be able to get for him. If I personally was Reagor, I would like to go back home, go back down to Texas. And for Houston, they gave a good deal to Brandon Cooks. They're probably not in win-now mode, but Reagor does have talent. You can't really totally discount that. So let's go ahead. Let's make the deal happen. Who wins the deal? Texans? Type HOU. Eagles, PHI. And if you see any of the deals, you're like, well, how about this? Could we change it up a little bit? Cool. I'll go down in the comments on a later date. I'll see what you guys have to say, and we'll interact here a little bit. Those players are on the offensive side of the football. Now, it's time to go to the defensive side of the football, and I'm going to bring up Raiders defensive end / now, I guess, outside linebacker Clelin Ferrell, who was drafted number 4 overall in the 2019 draft. Las Vegas has already declined his 5th-year option, and if Ferrell is traded, the Raiders can save $4.77 million. Sure, it's a dead cap at a $5.21 million, but for Las Vegas, man, I think Clee is done, right? This is definitely one of these situations where you need a change of scenery. I never anticipated Ferrell to be worth the number 4 overall pick. But I did have him as a late round 1, early round 2, so to call him a bust is absolutely there. The fact that he's entering the final year of his contract, if you're a team out there that likes to get a little bit ballsy and is like, you know what? I just think the Raiders didn't do a very good job with him, whether that was with a Paul Gunther defense in 2019 or 2020 as COVID brings them. Then you bring in a whole new regime with Gus Bradley. A lot of changes. So if you still think that Ferrell has that upside, who knows? Go ahead and make the move. So the deal I got here is with Carolina. The Panthers have been extremely aggressive of late, and Ferrell played college football in Clemson. It's got some family in Virginia, and there was a few rumors at the NFL trade deadline last season around Carolina. So let's get the deal going. The Panthers, they get Clee and a 2023 7th-round pick. The Raiders get a 5th-round pick. Personally, I think Las Vegas would take a 6th, but the fact that they, who is it, Carolina, or no, it's the Raiders, they don't have a 6th. Either one, I'm losing my train of thought. Type LV for the Raiders, type CAR for the Carolina Panthers. Who do y'all think ends up winning this deal? If you're a diehard fan and you want more Raiders news, more Raiders content, please come join my Locals community at RaidersReport.locals.com. We go live once a week. We do 2 extra videos as well. So if you want that inside information, that Raiders info, we got you covered there. Go ahead and scan that QR code. Next player coming up here on our 6 players that could be dealt after NFL mandatory minicamps is Daron Payne, defensive tackle of the Washington Commanders. And Payne didn't participate in OTAs, and the Commanders minicamp is next week. If the deal ends up going down, it would save $8.53 million. There's been some rumors, there's been some buzz around Payne in the past because he got into a little bit of a scuffle, though I feel like some people might call it just a dust-up with a conflict that he had with one of his players last season. So how about this? You have Daron Payne, you get him out of Washington, you send him to Cleveland. Cleveland, sure, they don't have so many draft picks because, well, they made a trade that they might be biting themselves in the butt right now, but one of their biggest needs, and I would say probably their biggest need right now, is on the interior defensive line. And Payne, which should have on Clowney and Myles Garrett, that's a pretty terrifying front. So here's the deal. A 4th-round pick in 2023. I'm a big fan of Payne personally. 5 sacks last season, good run stopper coming out of Alabama. But have you gotten the trend of today's show? I'm going to ask you your opinion a whole bunch today. So if you think the Commanders win this deal, WAS. If you think the Cleveland Brownies end up getting the win, then go ahead and type CLE. The last trade idea I have is going to be around Ravens safety Chuck Clark. There's been rumors popping up here and there that Clark wants to be on his way out, though it does sound like that they have died down a little bit. Kyle Hamilton just signed his rookie deal this week, and the fact that they gave Marcus Williams a hefty deal of 5 years, $70 million. Clark's got 2 years left on his contract. He's a good player. I thought he filled in pretty nicely last season when asked to. 80 tackles, 2 interceptions, 12 pass breakups. He's not that great in coverage, but he's also not a bad coverage safety. He's not great in run stopping. He does everything okay. He's not a world beater, but for a team that needs extra help in the secondary, I do think it makes a little bit of sense here. So this is a trade that I've sort of brought up before at Chat Sports. I just think it makes a lot of sense. The Giants, they get Chuck Clark. The Ravens, they get Darius Slayton after moving on from Hollywood Brown, and we'll also throw in a 7th-round pick. The reason why Chuck Clark to New York makes some sense, defense, right? Defense. That's what they're really trying to build. So NYG or BAL, who ends up winning this deal here, the Giants or the Ravens? Please, y'all, let me know what y'all are thinking. So if you made it this far in the video, you have any questions about any of the trades, anything that you saw, you can always hit me up on IG or on Twitter. Trying to keep you guys up to date on the latest NFL news, rumors, buzz, what have you. And if a big-time deal ends up going down, I'll probably retweet Chat Sports as well. So we're going to go through all of these trades one more time really, really quickly here. We make a lot of content at Chat Sports, and I'm very proud of all the content that we make. We do a lot of different YouTube channels as well. We have a Bears channel, a Seahawks channel. Hell, we got a Packers, kind of. We also have a Broncos channel as well. You guys are going to see tons and tons of content circulating throughout Chat Sports. So all I ask you is this. If you made it this far, hit that subscribe button. Don't be afraid to turn on those notifications. We're also starting to make a lot more content around the NBA as well. And when really, really big stuff happens, like a big-time trade, sorry, Chuck Clark, you might not be that big of news, but if a DK Metcalf trade went down, we'd absolutely go live. So hit that subscribe button and turn on those noties.